I'm M. I'm M. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt Dog. I'm M. I'm M. I'm M. Who you with, Kurt? I'm M. Who you with? Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt Dog. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt Dog. I'm M. Who you? I'm M. Who you? I'm M. Who you? I'm M. Who you with? Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt Dog. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt Dog. I'm M. Who you? Welcome. I'm M. Who you? Welcome. I'm M. Who you? Welcome. I'm M. Who you? Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt Dog. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt Dog. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. I'm M. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt Dog. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt Dog. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. I'm M. Welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On It. I'm M. Welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On It. I'm M. Welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On It. I'm M. Welcome to Speak. Welcome to Speak. I'm M. 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 I'm M. I'm M. I'm M. I'm M. Who you with, Kurt Dog?
Yo, happy Sunday to everyone. Hopefully y'all having a great day today. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt Dog. I'm M. Who You With, Kurt Dog. You can live chat with us in the chat room. You can also be able to call in if you want to. So you read the title I put up. You wanted a seat at the table. Now you're gonna have to have a prison cell next to it. Um, as we all know, since last week, a lot of people have actually been arrested, which they should have. So, um, want to know y'all opinion on everything. How y'all feel about it? The outcome? Are they going quick enough to arrest these folks? Um, well, I can tell you one thing: they are here in Texas, and one arrest was made today from a retired Air Force officer who was part of the mob that stormed the U.S. Capitol. Was arrested today. Lieutenant Colonel Larry Randall Brock Jr. was charged in federal court today, District of Columbus. One count of knowing entering or remaining in a restricted building. Um, are grounds with lawful authority and one count of violent entry and disorderly conduct on Capitol grounds, prosecutor said. Now, reading the story, apparently his ex-wife turned him in. She seen the video and she said, no, no, no. Let me call out of Grapevine, Texas. So she turned him in and got arrested. So he should have been. Welcome to the show, Radio Chaos out of Canada, TCal. I'm so glad both of you are on. You're not showing on my screen though. Don't know why. What about now? Is it showing or let me know? Let me know before we get too deep. Uh, is it showing now, TCal? Because I can see it on my other monitor. Want to make sure that I'm showing. I'm still learning this new system. Okay, she said yes. Okay, cool. Um, because I'm still learning this new system. It's really kind of new and trying to do some more things. So it's gonna take me a while to get used to it when I come on the stream, and then because I gotta hit one button and come up, and it's taking some getting used to. So who faces that? Oh, Trump. Yeah, as you can see, I have some photos strolling across here. These are some of the people that actually went to the went to the protest, and they was all happy about going to the protest. But then they turned around. Now that arrests are being made, they deleting their social media account. They're trying to separate themselves. But as you can see, uh, this young lady right here, she put out a statement um, talking about how they just, well, the statement says she don't condone violence. But a couple of tweets before then, she put out that she just stormed the White House and it was the best day in her life. But now she's trying to put out a statement. No, little Susie, they coming for you. Um, so definitely, and she's out of Texas too, out of McKinney. Um, so what's her handle? At Dot Joe or something like that. But they coming for you. It's just a matter of time. Dot Jenny, out of McKinney, Texas. So she's paranoid. How she took a private jet to get there, and talked about gonna bust windows out, and even her neighbor was like, "What are you doing?" um, exactly, you're exactly right, radio. But once she started realizing they not playing around, they finna get ready to make some arrests. So now she's trying to backtrack, talking about, oh, I don't condone violence. That ain't what you said in your tweet that before then. It was the best day of your life to break into the Capitol. That's why the title came about tonight. You wanted a seat at the table. Now you're going to have a prison cell next to him, and that's nobody's fault but your own. Um, T. Cal said, "Wow, it's so shame for Texas, especially with Senator Cruz." Oh, let me explain something uh, to y'all. Like I've been telling y'all for a while, that Cruz need to go. Cruz need to go. Ken Patson, thuggish Ken Patson, need to go. Greg Abbott definitely need to go, because as quiet as it kept. Now, if you from Dallas, you will understand what I'm about to say. Um, Dallas County Judge Clay Jenkins have bumped head with Ken Patson quite a bit since the coronavirus have came. Since March, they will bump head. Now, just so happening, Dallas County is the biggest county in North Texas. But Fort Worth, Tarrant County, who is a supporter of Greg Abbott, they received a lot of vaccine. Dallas is struggling for vaccine. I'm not saying that was done on purpose, but let history show Greg Abbott have a problem with County Commissioner Clay Jenkins. So I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't do it on purpose, because Tarrant County will follow everything that Greg Abbott would say until about a month or so ago, when that county commissioner came out and said, "Oh, I've been calling Greg Abbott and I'm getting crickets," and that was his words. "I'm getting crickets." So Greg Abbott need to go, because he don't. If it's not for people that support him, just like Trump, he don't care about you. Um, just like when he changed his executive order to benefit one person, a salon owner in Dallas, that violated his court order, his executive order. He changed it just for her. But at the same time, two ladies down near Laredo, they did the same thing she did. They went to jail. Never heard about them. So, yeah, that's why they need to go. Um, so this young lady here, And I'm gonna tell y'all something else. It did come out, I guess, last hour that they announced they are gonna impeach Trump. That's a good picture of him. Hopefully, it come true. Um, they are gonna impeach him, which he should have. I don't see what it took so long about. Now the headline I seen was said Democrats say they're gonna impeach him. It shouldn't just be Democrat. It should be everybody that is sitting in that office that is an elected official. They all should want him gone. It shouldn't be a question about it. What's taking so long? Never should have took this long. He should have been gone. Matter of fact, he never should have been in office. Because if that was um, if President Obama did the same thing like Trump or did anything like Trump, he would have been impeached right away. Not even just saying President Obama. If it was a Democratic president did anything like that, they would have been impeached. So Trump never should have been in there. But I think the reason why he made it because a lot of people felt like, oh, Trump not gonna win. I don't have to vote. He won't win the office. And now look at the chaos that we're in. Um, so it is. I cannot wait. And trust me, he's nervous. He paranoid for the simple fact he see everybody else getting arrested. It's just a matter of time. As soon as he get out of office, he's going to. He gotta go. Um, exactly. I'm up here trying to put it up on the screen. You're right. If it wasn't from the electoral college, he never would have won. But just imagine if because Hillary Clinton lost because of that. Now, what if she did everything that he did? Now, take it. Karma ain't no joke. Because here it is. He been hollering all this time. Well, until he got in office. Lock her up. Lock her up. The emails, lock her up. Now look at it. Like I said before, he's going to go before Hillary. And he have a very good chance of going very soon. And then on top of that, not only him, his entire family. They need to watch them all, make sure they don't get out their eyesight. Ban them from leaving, getting on the airplane going anywhere. Do them like they did the ones that leave in Washington. I don't know if y'all seen the video that is going around talking about a guy was trying to get on the airplane at the airport, and he got upset talking about they told me I'm banned from flying. Talking about I'm on the no-fly list. They listed me as a terrorist. They trying to ruin my life. No, you ruined your own life because you knew exactly what Trump was about, but you still made that decision to go and do what y'all did. So, who fault is that? You might want to blame yourself. May want to blame yourself because nobody put a gun to your head, tell you buy that ticket, and then go and get on that flight and do everything you did. You did it on your own. Um, yeah, yeah, it was. Radio said there was off-duty cops and a couple of state government officials in that mob. Yes. Matter of fact, I read a story yesterday where two Seattle police officers are being investigated for participating for going to that rally. So they trying to see if they violated their code of conduct to decide if they're going to terminate these officers or not. They don't know if they actually participated in the break in at the Capitol, but they knew they was going there. They knew exactly what Trump been saying all along. So I don't care about them being a policeman. They need to lose their job. Uh, Anybody who actually helped out that went there, you knew exactly what y'all was planning, regardless if you took place or not. That's just like if you're in a car with somebody, they do something wrong, they go and rob a place, and you in the car, you didn't know they was robbing the place, but you was in the car. You just as guilty as them. So yeah, they should lose their job. And that's kind of like West Virginia delegate Derek Evans. He resigned from his House of Delegate and probably finna get arrested. Then I believe it was another elected official that they raided his home a couple of days ago. And then also it's one, I forgot the guy's name, a Republican congressman, I believe, or a Senate. He's the head of the one of the groups that actually funds these particular organizations. He's the head of it. So should he lose his job? Yeah. You funding these groups, you should step down also. That's why they telling Cruz he need to step down, because Cruz added gas to the fire. And just like Ken Paxton, when they wasted their money to file these lawsuits to try to get the election overturned, it's no different. They need to step down, and Ken Paxton need to face his charges. But we're not going to push that until after Trump get out of office. Once Trump get out, Ken Paxton need to face his day in court. He been having a fraud charge against him for 5 years. 5 years. If that was me or anybody else, we would have been went to court, been sentenced, and doing our time. So yeah, they definitely need to step down, lose their job, and get out of those positions and never be able to hold that position again. Also, some of them are attorneys. They need to be disbarred. You shouldn't be allowed to practice law after this stunt right here. You shouldn't be allowed to do it. So, yeah, hopefully it was worth it, because y'all definitely need to be out of public eyes. T-Cal said yes, they should. She keep talking about Trump face. Just look at that face. They both need to face their punishment. Exactly, they do, and it's pitiful how laws are different. If you're new to the show, definitely go to YouTube and watch some of our past shows. We did a show, Black vs. White, crimes. And basically, when it comes down to it, black folks get stricter laws than anybody else. Now, I'm bringing this up for a reason, because somebody spent a lot of time online today on Twitch, and they decided to come to Instagram, make up a fake account, leave me about I guess it as many characters they could put in one Instagram message, wrote this long character talking about Kyle Rittenhouse. He wasn't a thug. I'm wrong. I'm going to hell for it. And look, like I try to respond back. That's how I figure out it was a fake account. So it's, it was a fake account. Account couldn't be found. So you spent all that time online to set up an IG account to come and write this BS that had no sense at all. And apparently you part of the problem. You have to be part of the problem. Then one time wasn't good enough. The person decided to go and found another one of my pictures and also put a message up under that, another long picture. I'm like, you sure have a lot of time on your hand. Maybe it's one of those people that got arrested already and they just don't have anything to do and they strolling through Instagram and just deciding to let off some steam or something. But the problem is, what I was gonna tell you in your message, please like, share, tell a friend, click the notification, and listen in to the show. Maybe you'll learn something. Because one thing we're gonna talk about on here is facts. We're not gonna talk about conspiracy theory. Um, it was I watched the arrangement of Kyle Rittenhouse. It came out in that he used that money to buy this first stimulus check to buy that assault rifle. It didn't belong to a friend. A friend bought it for him. That's why the friend is brought up on charges also. So get your facts together, then come and holler at me. So uh I don't know. This name was Lori B, and it was it could have been it was a fake account, but I'm like, hey, um, I just figured um, I threw a rock up and it hit them, and they said, "Ouch." So, but they called me not a child of God for lying on Kyle Rittenhouse. He's a good person. He's a patriot. I'm like, really, really. But my whole thing is, you did all of that, and then you closed the account out. So so apparently you want it to be one side conversation. Apparently that's what they wanted. They didn't have enough sense to have a conversation. They said what they said, deleted the account, and went on. So I'm like, there you go. All right. You want to hide behind the keys, but my phone number strolling across the monitor. You could call, but don't block your number because I won't answer. But you could definitely call. Um, of course, they won't do that. And if anybody who listened to me, they would understand I'm only going to stick to the truth. If I make a mistake, I come back and change it. But at the same time, when you have people just come in, look at a couple of minutes of the video, and then they just assume, which we all know what assuming do, once you break it down. But you're just going to assume that everything else in the video is not true. Um, I'm not one of those conspiracy people who are going to put out certain things, who are going to go to conspiracy sites and get information. I don't do that. So, once again, you told me I'm going to hell. Well, take some ice water with you when you go, and I might send you some. So T Cal talking about I said you should hit him with the knee leads. I said what I said. I said what I said and I mean it. Do your homework. That's why I tell people all the time. Anything I discuss on here, you can always find it. And you can look at it. I'm glad we did change systems because now some things that I hit on goes right here on this monitor with me. You can look at that. A picture and goes a long way. I know this is fake because the woman herself, after she realized they was starting to arrest people, that's when she put up that statement. But in a picture before that, in front of that same window, she was asking where her homie said or something. She was saying something crazy, but before then, she tweeted about how she just they just stormed the Capitol. It was her best day in her life. Yeah, can't wait until that court date come. Wonder how she gonna feel then. I feel like all of them should be um, charged with a terrorist attack for the simple fact why you do it. You cannot overturn what the people have said, and I really blame Trump and the administration for this even happening. For the simple fact, when they did this in Michigan, if they would have handled it then, it never would have happened again. But because they did not do anything about it, this is where we are today. I told my friend to watch the Republican. They would say it was Antifa that stormed the Capitol. That's what some of them were trying to say. But it was a video. I posted it last week. The Proud Boys came out and said, no, stop giving Antifa that credit. It was the Proud Boys that did it. Then Alex Jones came out and said he funded people for it. So if that's the case, I'm just saying, you funded, you part of the issue. Sound like to me, they in Texas. They making their rounds. I'm just saying, sound like to me, he'll be getting a knock on the door, or the headline should be coming up soon. Oh, you funded it? Okay. They probably gonna wait until Trump is out of office to make sure. See, a lot of the big wigs won't get arrested until Trump get out of office. I feel like they need to strip him of all power. He shouldn't be able to do nothing but sit there in a room by himself. And I'm telling y'all, me and Miss Risky been saying this for a while. January 20th, it's going to be a new day in America for the simple fact why President Biden getting sworn in, and where Trump's supposed to be heading to the Air Force One to leave, it may not go down like that. Like I said, he probably come out the White House with handcuffs on. And that will make America great right there. For everything he's done, that will make America real great. What's going on, Darren Patterson? Listening on YouTube. Been a while since I seen you. Radio said, what are the Proud Boys proud of? Celebrating stupidity? Exactly. I don't know what they proud of. because what they did had it's crazy. It's so crazy because now it's bad enough they did it, but to attack American our government and try to overthrow it. Come on now. You trying that, but at the same time you open up doors for other people to try it. But like they say, make America great again. I don't know who it was great for, but it's not great for black folks. And let the truth be told, it's not great for a lot of folks right now. Because here it is. Uh, we in this pandemic and this food right here. Uh, that one right well, that one right there. Um, he don't care about y'all. He got his money. Um, TK said, the Republicans are out of control when Megan on the View is irate at time. She's a diehard conservative Republican. Exactly. I came in the other day. I think my wife was watching it, and I had to back up. I'm like, wait a minute, who is that talking? Because I'm like, I know that's not her. Um, T. Cal said, I want him to sit there in a room with Big Bubba. I'm surprised I haven't got a call from Big Bubba them lately because they'll be calling talking about, hey, it's almost that time. I'm waiting. Um, what's going on? Darren Patterson said, hi, Kurt. Dog. With our new system, the chat is up on the stream. I can't do like I used to because it changed, but definitely welcome back. Hopefully you had a great holiday. Everything was good for you and your family, and y'all are staying safe. Um, if Trump wants to make America great again, he should just resign. He'd never do that. He would never do that. And I feel like the same. Okay, I'm gonna say the next day, they should have started the impeachment process then, even though it won't go through before he get out of office. But the biggest thing about it, it will prevent him to run for any office again. Because without doing this, he's so arrogant enough. He's gonna try to run again in 2024. But if that impeachment, he can't do it. Matter of fact, hell, it should be passed down to his family. None of them should be able to run. Um, Darren said, would have loved to have seen all those treasons Karens meet up with some pictures. Yeah, it. I'm telling you, it's not good. It's funny, but it's sad. It's really sad because the risks they put America in. Because some of these third world countries that don't like America no way, they sitting back and they looking. They looking. Now they found the weak spot. All because of Trump. Because the way that he done it. We have so many countries that are upset at us right now for the simple fact how Trump want to stop dealing business with them. So Trump, he really messed it up. Um, he put us at risk, and then this last act is just crazy. Um, so it's gonna be a matter of time. Um, yeah, what is it? 10 days, or something like that. What's the date? The 10th. Yeah, we on a countdown. On a countdown, and he will be out of office. Well, that wouldn't have caused anything by having counter protesters. But the thing is, it's eventually gonna come out because it was the I want to say it was the mayor D.C. or somebody. It wasn't Nancy Pelosi. I think the mayor was the one that called for National Guards to come in. Trump didn't want to do it. Then for him to give that statement asking them to go home and talking about we love you. Yeah. Uh telling people that just broke into the Capitol that you told them y'all was gonna walk down to the Capitol and demand for them to halt the vote, but you didn't go. You hyped them up to do it, but you didn't go. See, all these people that is getting in trouble now, they should be pissed off because of that. For the simple fact, this man have lied to y'all for the last, I'm gonna say last 5 years since he first started running. He lied to y'all, and then turn around. At the end of it, he hyped y'all up to get y'all excited and talking about going and take over the Senate and just break into Capitol Hill and do all these things. But at the same time, he didn't go. And I'm like, hey, but it's some people out there that is brainwashed like that feel like everything Trump say is the truth, and it's not. You have to think for yourself. Radio. If they could open carry in D.C., it would have been a nightmare. Just like the one who had his feet up on Nancy Pelosi desk, he's in jail. Um, I mentioned about the retired Air Force officer. He's in jail. I don't care about him serving because you took an oath to protect, and then you pull a stunt like this. No, that's crazy. Um, Anybody who was involved with this, whatever happened happens. You put yourself in that position. That should have been one of those marches. You should have said, you know what? I'm gonna stay out of this one. I'm not going in this one. Then it came out, I guess, yesterday. Um, of course, unfortunately, we lost one officer that was attacked. He was maced, and apparently they beat him with a fire extinguisher, and he ended up dying from that. As far as I'm concerned, all of you ran up in there. All of you are responsible for it, even if you wasn't the one that did it. But because of your actions, you're all responsible for it. It's too many people that have gone to jail that had nothing to do with a murder, but they end up going to jail anyway, just because they was there. So you are responsible for this officer death. And then kind of find out another officer committed suicide. It been speculation about that. I don't know for sure, but it been speculation the reason why he committed suicide. I'm waiting for all the evidence before I say anything, but it been circling around. He did it for a reason. I don't know. So it's This is going to go on for some time. I'm telling y'all, January 20th, set your DVRs, your VCRs, your camcorder, whatever you have to set. But I feel like what's going to happen when Trump get ready to leave out of the White House, he won't be by himself. It's going to be the grand finale. I feel like he will be in cuffs. He was the ringleader. Why not? I'm just saying. Radio said I watched Trump's speech at the rally before it happened. You could just feel the tension building. Exactly. I'm like, and then Rudy Giuliani got up there and spoke a little bit, hyped them up too. And he's trying to step away from it, but Trump wanted him to represent him in the impeachment trial, which Giuliani probably don't have a choice but to do it, for the simple fact Trump probably know more about Giuliani than what anybody do, and Giuliani don't want it to come out, because at that point Trump don't have nothing to lose. He gonna be that little mockingbird. He gonna tell all. So I'm just saying. Darren Patterson said he was the president of a gun right organization, felony, can't own guns. Life feels really suck for him. Exactly. They all used the dog whistle. Yep. They had a t-shirt made up with the dates on it. So this was planned. Trump, I told y'all before, I said if you listen to what Trump say, whatever he's making known, if you listen to him closely and just reverse or turn it, flip it around, however you want to, whatever he's saying, it's not what's going to happen. Something else going to take place. He been saying for the last month and a half or so, oh, January 6th, big things going to happen in Washington. Big things going to happen in Washington. January 6th. It'll be a day y'all will never forget. Yep. It will be. See, some lawmakers going to want to keep this out of the history books. That's why I say, Greg Abbott, the real history of America needs to be taught in school. The good, the bad, and the ugly. From slavery, matter of fact, let's go back further than slavery. From the time the land was stolen from Native American to slavery and all the way up until today. It needs to be shared in school. But they don't want the truth to be told. They want people to think America is the greatest place in the world to live. It is. I love my country. I love my country. I don't agree with my leaders because they all about their self. But at the same time, American haven't been great for everybody. American is not great for everybody. Because if it was, we wouldn't have all these senseless killings that is still going on today. Just, okay, Darren. Just this year alone would have been two. I think it been 2 or 3 senseless killing by the police. So yeah, America not great for everybody. But what happened is that is being overlooked because of what the stunt that Trump pulled in Washington. So because it's being overlooked, that don't mean it's not going to be taken care of. The cop in Ohio that shot the brother with his hand up, cell phone in his hand, he shot him. He should have been fired, and he need to get charges pressed on him. Just like I think two cops that was involved with Breonna Taylor case, they got fired, but they need to be in jail. They need to be in jail. We still need justice for Breonna Taylor. So they think just because it's a new year, we won't mention that no more. No, we need justice for Breonna Taylor and all the other senseless killing by policemen. So yeah, we definitely do. Radio said Biden and Harris are going to have their hands full when they take office. Yes, and unfortunately, they probably won't be able to get in the White House right away because everybody, a lot of people around Trump have all got this virus. So they're gonna have to go in and sanitize the entire White House. And it's like, hey, I think I read one report said it could be up to a month before they able to actually get in there. So Trump don't care. Just like a story came out today, they encouraging all the Senate and Congress that was at the White House during that time, they need to get tested for coronavirus because they could have been exposed. Why? Because probably about 95% of the protesters did not have a mask on. Didn't have a mask. They wipe, trying to say it right. They wipe their feces all on the floor. That tells you right there how nasty they are. And once again, I feel like I don't care what happened to them. Well, I take that back. I do care what happened because justice needs to be served. They need to be held accountable for their actions. They did this. Just imagine how much it's going to take to fix all the things they damage in the White House, in the Capitol Hills, and then on top of that, the cleanup behind it, the hazmat cleanup behind it. And guess who's going to have to pay that bill? We are. We're paying that bill. That could cost millions of dollars. So it's gonna be crazy. That's why they need to be held accountable for it. I don't care if you didn't break a window, but you ran up in there. I don't care about your military status, your police status. You ran up in there. You knew what you was doing. You broke the law, and you need to be held accountable. T. Cal said exactly, radio. They have a lot to carry, and it will take some time. The Trump supporters are going to criticize then every chance they get. Exactly. I you know what? I think a lot of them going to be on the they're going to be kind of quiet a little bit for the simple fact um, they're not going to want to bring attention to themselves. So they're going to sit on the porch and just watch. Welcome to the show, Chiquita Lockett Lane, watching on Facebook. Welcome to the show. You can live chat with us in the chat room also. Like, share, tell a friend. Whatever you have to do to let let somebody know that we are live. And you can live chat with us. We are taking calls also. 972-591-3665. Please do not block your number out. I would not answer. Uh, and you can also text us too. 972-591-3665. So um, that's my spin on everything about Trump. Um, I want to know how y'all feel. Should Big Bubba get ready? Should we put send Big Bubba a care package for when Trump get there, or should we pack it with Trump? I don't know how it work. I ain't never been to jail, so uh, Radio said I'm pretty sure Trump won't leave Biden a letter like all previous president have done. Of course he won't. He don't even want President Obama, President Bush, and I want to say it's President Clinton picture in the White House. He don't want none of their pictures in there. Refuse to allow them to hang it up in there. So leaving a letter, hell, he wouldn't write the letter. Matter of fact, to be quite honest with you, I wouldn't want a letter from him. Because the thing is, man, probably he did have that corona. I'm just saying, I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't touch it at all. Cause I don't trust him. He he's very unfit to be president. Oh, and that's another thing. The person, Laura B, whoever it was, no Biden zero, whatever you was, that went on Instagram, wrote the long story, and then turned around and deleted your account. They talking about Trump was the best president since Abraham Lincoln. And I'm like, what? They must have some of that good. Because I'm like, nah. Not since Abraham Lincoln. I don't know who he was good for. Only thing he talked about was hate and grabbing women by the cookie. And so who was he good for? He never should have been elected when he said that. So Radio's talking about it would be hard to read being written in a crayon. It probably one of those big crayons too. Big orange one. I can imagine how that letter would go. Biden. Now he probably put Biden, Biden, Biden. I hope you do good. But you lost. I won. I was cheated. That's probably how the letter would go. And Biden probably spent 4 years trying to figure out what exactly he was saying. So, yeah. But hopefully Biden and Harris come into office and do what they need to do, because it's going to take a lot to dismantle what Trump had put in place. I think the last count I seen, it's like 50 people arrested, 13 for felonies. No, they all should be felonies for the simple fact they broke into a government building. They all should be a felony. That's without question. They all should be a felony. Because the thing is, I think it was Tennessee during the BLM movement. That governor signed a bill that stated if you protest on government property, you will be charged with a felony and you will lose your voting rights. Mm-hmm. Now, that was in Tennessee. Now, Trump said, agitator, a protester who vandalized or damaged our federal courthouse in Portland should get a mandatory 10 years in prison. That's what he tweeted. I think it was July the 20th, 20. That's what he said. Now, as far as I know, the Capitol Hill is a federal building. Why it shouldn't be the same for that? That's what he wanted. I feel like it should be brought up. But the thing is, though, when they did it in Michigan, he didn't say nothing. He said, oh, those are just fine people that want to open their cities back up, get back to work in the middle of a pandemic. I sounded like a cartoon character when I said a pandemic. I forgot which one it was. The cat. Man, that's an old one. But either way, Trump, he didn't say nothing when they did it in Michigan. Matter of fact, he talked bad about the governor there. But when they stormed the Capitol there, maybe she should open it back up. That's what his words were. But hey, I'm just a nobody trying to tell somebody. I'm trying to tell everybody. Because come January 20th, I'm telling you, we're going to witness something that we'd never witnessed before. I feel like it's at 12 noon, kind of like back in the Western days. We're going to see Trump coming out. Then he's going to be arrested on Prime TV. I'm hoping for that. I'm not going to even lie to you. Hopefully, that's what happened. Because it's his fault all of this happened. He been speaking hate for the last 4 years since he been in office. That's all he talked about. When it happened up in Charlottesville, instead of denouncing him, he said it was good on both sides, instead of saying they was wrong. So, to you, Trump, Big Bubba is waiting. But hey, we're back in full stride. This is our official first night of the new season. For the ones that's tuning in that never seen us before, you are listening to Speak On It with Who You With, Kurt Dog. You can live chat with us in the chat room. You can also call us 972-591-3665 during the show. Please do not block your number. I will not answer. Unfortunately, I'm not going to answer. But if you call in, you have the opportunity of speaking on what we're talking about tonight or anything else that is on your mind. Only thing I ask that you be respectful. If you're not, I will hang up on you. I'm not going to waste time. For the ones that are new here, if you go back and watch the past videos, you will see I'm very fair with everybody. I don't care who you support. As long as you are speaking the truth, that's all that matters to me. And you're not coming with conspiracy theory. And all my Trump supporters, that was on before the election. Where are y'all at? Because y'all been real quiet during this time. I haven't heard from y'all since the election. I don't know. Maybe y'all went to uh, maybe y'all stuck in Washington. I don't know. I don't know. Uh, I do hate that some people lost their life in Washington. Um, there was a total of five that died on the during the protest. Now, only one, well, two was violent crimes. The young lady that was shot, but hey, unfortunately, her decision is what caused her to lose her life. Um, I don't feel bad about it because that's just like if you go and break in somebody's house and they protect their home, you never should have been breaking in. Um, and for that officer that did the shooting, praying for him for the simple fact he have to live with that, have to live with the fact that he had to take a life. Um, then on top of that, the officer that was killed trying to protect the Capitol, doing his job, and he get maced, get bashed in the head with a fire extinguisher, and end up losing his life. That have to be hard on his family. I don't know if he had kids or not, but either way, it cannot be easy. Now the other three, unfortunately, one lady got trampled over. I read one story. I think her brother-in-law said she got knocked down and he was trying to hold her up and somebody fell on her. Then somebody ended up stepping on her and basically killed her. Now her sister encouraged her not to go. They begged her not to go, but she said, "It's my right. It's my right." And they said she was just strong-hearted, a strong Trump supporter. It was her right. How that work out for you? Because didn't end well. Then two other ones was emergency. I think one had a stroke, and I think the other one, I think it was a heart attack or something. But either way, it didn't go well for neither one of them. So there you go. And then the officer that committed suicide yesterday, I don't know the reason why he committed suicide, but there's some rumors out there, and we're not gonna discuss that until we know for sure. But it should come out soon. They classified it as an off-duty death. It's, it eventually came out he committed suicide. So that's what I'm gonna say about that. Cause I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know what the deal was or what he was dealing with. Because um, mental health is serious. Mental health is very serious, and that's something that we should have open discussion about. Um, we do have shows from time to time where we have counselors on the shows. We still trying to make arrangement with our regular counselors. Um, they just been extremely busy. That's why I say if it's any other counselors that would love to come on the show, licensed counselors that would love to come on the show and provide service on the show for people to call in and have a discussion about what they're dealing with, I'm all for it. Um, just reach out to me. My email is strolling across the top. Who you with kurtdog at mail.com. Who you with kurtdog at mail.com. And This season we have a lot of new stuff coming up. Starting on the 18th, we're gonna start having different artists come on. Um, Anywhere from uh, actors, painters, whatever type of work, whatever type of art that you do. If you would like to highlight it on the show, reach out to me. Reach out to me. We will highlight one every Monday. Um, if you are a artist, um, a music artist, I'm just asking that you have positive music. We're not gonna have music that's gonna um, disrespect our culture or anything like that. I just won't deal with that type of music. As for if you talking about robbing and stealing or talking about B's and H's, we're not gonna deal with that. But if you have positive music, I don't mind highlighting that because we all in a trying time, and we're gonna start having people come on to highlight these stuff every Monday. So if you would like to be on the list, definitely reach out to me. Email me would be the best way to do it. I received several um, DM, which I have responded back, but sometimes I get so many DMs I cannot keep up with all of them. So if you email me in the way that you email me, what it will be the order that you will go in. So if I can make sure I have everybody in the proper order, just email me, and we will be sending out dates here soon to let you know exactly which day you will be on. If you're unable to do it that Monday, let me know because I'll put somebody else in that slot. And if you don't let me know, uh, let me know ahead of time so I can have someone else to come on. Uh, um, so I told Risky I'm gonna stop reading comments while I'm talking because you put stuff up and then I just start laughing. But um, you have to let me know ahead of time if I send you out a date, if it's not gonna work for you, let me know. Because if not, and I have it scheduled, I get ready to do the show and haven't heard from you. Just like a job, no call, no show. But if you let me know ahead of time, I can have somebody else in that slot. So definitely reach out to me. Who you with KurtDog at mail.com. Who you with KurtDog at mail.com. That's the best way of reaching me. Social media is cool, but I get a lot of DMs, um, so that's the best way. So T Cal talking about they might be at the airport crying like that other guy. Yes, if y'all haven't seen that video going around where this guy's at the airport crying because he on a no-fly list after leaving that terrorist attack in Washington, check it out. And y'all know how TikTok does. Different people put different spins on it. And I'm just cracking up. I'm like, this is it's funny but it's sad at the same time for the simple fact. What do you think that is gonna happen? You go and be a part of something like this. You think you're gonna be able to get on a plane? If you did this in Washington, what would you do on a plane? I'm just asking because I know I'm probably gonna piss a lot of folks off about what I'm saying about my feelings about it. Everybody is entitled to their feelings, but as long as it's the truth, Hey, it's all good. That's your feeling. But my whole thing is you cannot tell me, if that was BLM or anything, it would have went down the way it did. No way it would have gone down like that. You wouldn't have seen an officer taking selfies with somebody who just broke into the state capitol and broke into Capitol Hill. They taking selfie instead of doing their job and arresting that fool for breaking in there. No way in hell you could tell me that. Then um, on top of that, you end up say I'm trying not to read what he said because I know it's funny. um, then on top of that, you end up um, as we seen this past summer when they was protesting in Washington, they had National Guard lined all over the steps of Capitol Hill. It was no way possible they was gonna go there. They threw out tear gas and everything, rubber bullets, whatever they had at a peaceful protest. This would have been the time it would have been justified. Taking a stand, doing the right thing. Reason why we say Black Lives Matter, because it do, and because we want the same justice as everyone else. So, radio said, I guess no conspiracy theory music. Not at all. Not at all. No conspiracy theory music here. Um, if you got married, your wife would not be too happy. You couldn't take a honeymoon because you are on a no-fly list. Exactly. Can you imagine how that would go? We'll put it like this: if that was my wife, and I go and do something like that, uh, here come one of my favorite Trump supporter. Did any looting happen? Yeah, it did because the guy from Arkansas actually stole some mail off out of a Nancy Pelosi desk. So yeah, it did. He want to know did any looting happen? But the difference between the two, Chris, um, it was completely different because when it come down to the fact that if that was BLM, National Guard would have been there waiting. They had enough advance notice of what was going to happen. It would have been avoided. Uh, exactly, and that's why he's in jail today. They went right on to Arkansas and picked him up. That's the reason why he's in jail today. What he say? How he do it? Yeah. Then he left that note on his desk, on her desk. Mm-hmm. Even the one that had the pedestal. Uh, you go in there and steal that. And then the news report I heard talking about it was found safe. He stole from the White House, taking a picture, showing him getting this. Matter of fact, even the one that was dressed in the Indian suit with the makeup on, he's gone too. He was arrested. So uh, some of them were. Some of them were. I think I seen some of them had guns. It was one person, I think he was found with like 3 weapons on him and also pipe bombs. because they found pipe bombs around Capitol Hill. So yes, I know he had at least 3 guns, but it was reported some other people had guns. Don't know for sure. Some of them probably couldn't, if they took the plane, they probably couldn't take the guns on the plane unless they checked them in. But hey, it was reported they did find some guns. Yeah, the zip ties. He's arrested also. He's in jail also. Uh, Even though he was covered up from head to toe, they figure out who he was with the zip tie. Matter of fact, I think one of the comments I seen was that they use his zip ties uh, to arrest him. That they put him in zip ties when they arrested him. Yeah, they ruined their life. Their life is over. I feel like this, whatever time they could get, because one thing about it is federal time. There's no early release on this. And I think they should do exactly what Trump said, a minimum of 10 years in prison for destroying a federal building. At least. Same thing for them too. I don't care. I don't care what color you were. You was wrong. You need to be held accountable. Everybody that was out there need to be held accountable for the simple fact you was wrong. You go out there, you do it, bam. They're making memes about him getting his stimulus check. Yeah, it was several of them out there talking about well, some of those memes was fake. They just pretend like they was at Capitol Hill changing their stimulus check. But I did see quite a bit of black folks out there. They guilty also. You ran up in there, you are guilty. You are part of the problem. I don't care what color you are. If you was out there and you took part of what was going on, you are guilty. Um, well, he's 60. He's younger than Bill Cosby. Yeah. You do the crime, you do the time. That's the way I see it. I say that all the time. That's what my mom used to tell us all the time. You go to jail, you want to. You're gonna be down there, and she'd be like, "I'm not coming to get you," and she meant every bit of it. And then the sad part, if you went to jail, which thank God never been, but if you would have went to jail and when you got out, you were still gonna get your butt whooped. So, um, so the thing is, I don't care who you are. If you took part in that, you are guilty, and you need to be held to the full extent of the law. Uh, um, I'm actually, because Periscope and Twitter is the same, so I actually broadcast on Periscope, and it also go to Twitter too. So they'll just move it over to Twitter full time. So he asked, I keep forgetting the chat showing up on the stream, but he asking what platform you moving to once Periscope in. I will be on Twitter. I'm already on Twitter now, so because it do Periscope and Twitter at the same time, I guess we'll just be on Twitter come March once they shut down Periscope. Um, and Periscope, it actually have started to grow quite a bit. Um, I'm starting to see a lot of new people come on there and broadcast. But I think also with Periscope, they need to change some of their rules because if you're not careful, and this kind of messed me up one day, I went on there and I damn near broke my computer from the things I was seeing, trying to shut it down. And I'm like, no. And it was no way I could report it. And I'm like, mm-mm. So I started blocking a lot of folks. I'm like, no. So I'm very skeptical about who follow me now after that incident, because some people, they come on, look at the show, and they like it, they'll make a comment, they start following me, I follow them back, but then I went on there and I seen something, I said nope. So I'm very, before I just follow somebody, I look at their profile. No profile, no follow on anything. I have people that follow me on Facebook that I just don't. I don't know you. You may have friends that you may be friends with, but I look at everything. You don't have no profile. No profile. I'm not gonna follow you. So, um, but you can follow us on either one of our platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Um, and I'm working on some other stuff. Um, so it's gonna be some more stuff come up. Even D Live. D Live is another platform that we're on, but I prefer to. They're all broadcast at the same time, so any one of those you could catch us and always be a part of it. I want to say we had someone that message us from Twitter one night, so I think it should be good. But you can always go to YouTube. That's where Radio listen in at, because Radio said he don't do social media, so he go to YouTube. So you can always go to YouTube. I see you deleted your Twitter account about a year ago. I can't stand politics no more. Uh, yeah, it's a lot. The last couple of days have been kind of quiet since we know who not on there, which I'm surprised it took this long. But they was trying to give him enough respect because of his position, but he's not on there anymore. He's permanent banned. Um, it's the same. Speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. Um, same. Well, on on Periscope, I think it's just who you with, Kurt Dog, but it's speak on it with who you with, Kurt Dog. If you put who you with, Kurt Dog in, it should come up. I think I put it in there where it can be found like that. Just WHO, the letter U, WITHCURTDOG, and it's all together. No space or anything, just who you with, Kurt Dog. And it should be able to come up. If you subscribe to the channel, I will subscribe back to yours. And you can also, like I tell people all the time, like, share, tell a friend. Click the notification for when you know when we come on. So, but it's definitely, this year we have a lot of great things coming up. We're always open for show idea. Now, Chris, correct me if I'm wrong. Think you, I think you said you do accounting for truckers, and you asked about the trucking industry before, and we supposed to have been getting together on that. Um, so what we'll do is let's get together on that, because uh, I want to do a show on truckers. I'm gonna reach out to some of my trucker friends and have them to come on and talk about how it is right now with the pandemic going on. Um, Radio said I heard Trump tried to go on his campaign Twitter account and they shut that down too. I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. They, I seen this one guy. Uh, cannot remember his name, but after they shut Pollard down, um, he's talking about doing a podcast on Mondays or something like that. And I'm looking at this guy and I said, everybody have their own opinion. They can support whoever you want to. But looking at this guy and kind of researching a little bit on him, I'm like, he don't realize Trump don't like him. I, that's my opinion. I just don't see Trump liking him because um, he's a U.S. citizen now, and you got to realize he wasn't only trying to keep Hispanics out, but he was also trying to keep other race out. So I'm like, I'm kind of confused about that situation. So, but everybody have the right to support whoever you want to. That's your choice. Only thing I tell people is make sure you're gonna support somebody that is not just about their self, but also about the needs that you and your family need. And Trump is just not that person. He's not. Um, that's my opinion of it. From what he showed me, nah. Um, I stopped watching The Apprentice uh, years ago before it went off the air because of something he did on there I did not agree with. And I said, no, that dude is a racist. So I don't know. But definitely uh, and we're gonna do some stuff. Yeah, Chris. Yeah, I'm a CPA. I have a firm. I also help with investing. My portfolio is up 92% from a year ago. Well, that's good. I will share soon on YouTube. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's definitely connect on that because I think you and I know radio y'all asked about driving trucks. Um, and I talked with some guys today on Clubhouse, which they was asking about it. And so I'm gonna try to. I think one night when I do ask Kirk Dog anything, I think on one of those nights I'm gonna just strictly talk about truck driving, what a person need to do to get in the trucking industry. Um, right now it's a good time. Yeah, I know we're in a pandemic, but from my understanding, rates are up real high, which is good, and it's a shortage of drivers. So you can make decent money if you do it right. Some people ask, what you mean do it right? Well, sometimes you don't need to go out here and spend $100,000 for a truck if you don't have $100,000 to pay cash for it. So you have to be smart about it. You have to take in consideration, yeah, you may make I haven't been in it for a while, but you may make anywhere from 5 to 7,500 a week. With rates the way they are today, you could make more. Depends on what type of truck you're driving too. But the thing is, you making that money, you still gotta pay your taxes. You still gotta pay for fuel. You still gotta pay for maintenance. You gotta pay for repairs. You gotta take all that in consideration. Yeah, you may make quite a bit of money, but at the same time, you still gotta pay insurance too. And if you are a new company and just getting into the business, that insurance is gonna be high. So Um, so we'll talk about that on some shows just to give some people some ideas. Uh, I love the trucking industry. I did it for over 20 years, and it's a great industry to be around. That would never um, it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Um, because everything that we use, a truck have brought it, regardless. Okay, cool. If you subscribe to me, I will subscribe back, and um, we go on there Sunday through Thursday. Well, we on all the platforms Sunday through Thursday, but we are working on some new things to do some things different in 2021. I'm still doing some different changes. I'm getting used to this new system, so bear with me. I may make a mistake, but I'm learning it. So uh, okay, okay, cool. Well, I definitely subscribe back with you, but so tomorrow night, Monday night, I'm gonna confirm um where I have some stuff coming up with y'all, something that y'all may want to be a part of, and I'm gonna reach out to them tomorrow and see if we could get them on tomorrow night. If not tomorrow night, it will be coming up soon, and I think it's a real good um, opportunity. So um, we need to come together as people, support each other, and help everybody grow. That's why I say this is a platform for everybody. Um, I don't care who you are. Um, if you, especially small business, we have to support small business. Um, you doing everything right. You don't know who you're gonna give that next bump to get them to the next level, because a lot of people are being a small business owner. It's a struggle because at the beginning you may not make the money you need to make, but if somebody can support you and let somebody know something what you're doing, it can make a complete different um, how you uh, be able to survive during this time. So we'll be doing that. But I appreciate y'all for hanging out with your boy tonight, Sunday night. So tomorrow night I will see y'all tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Time. Um, like I said, if somebody want to be on the show to display your work, you can email me at whoyouwithkurtdog@mail.com. Whoyouwithkurtdog@mail.com. We're gonna start doing that. Small Business Mondays. Trying to support small business and help them grow. And artists, so we'll have different days. We do different stuff. So definitely reach out to me and let's do it. Chaos, I appreciate you. Tell your tell your people to stop DMing me. uh, Talking about Cal Rittenhouse, but that's another story. But definitely, I appreciate the love. You, Chris, T Cal. I, I don't know. I have to go back and look at all the message because I don't know if everything is showing up on here. But everyone that tuned in, I love each and every one of you. Until tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Century. Peace.